Hello, my name is Auriel Banister from Bani's Beets. For me, what started Bani's Beets, I have been thinking very much more about that because I get asked that question all the time. And what I've been learning is that vanity started my journey with fresh juice because I had a breakout on my face. I wasn't feeling good on top of that, but the breakout on my face is what prompted me to actually change my diet and change the things that I was consuming. So getting pimples off of my face is what really motivated the lifestyle change. And then after being committed to it and seeing the changes it made for myself, my gut health, and my friends and family, it recommitted me. I later on would learn I had 2 autoimmune disorders, which were probably flared up around that time. And that just like made me stick with what I'm doing. So I believe, I don't know the statistics all the way right now, but diabetes and high blood pressure impact the Black community more specifically. And both of those are foodborne illnesses. So if we get more nutrients in by way of juicing, we can kind of reduce our risk of either gaining those types of ailments or help support with reducing the symptoms that are a result of having high blood pressure, hypertension, and diabetes. So I believe it's like 23% of people are impacted by diabetes right now in Illinois. So that's only supposed to be increasing. Unfortunately, over the years, this is supposed to be coming. So it's our jobs to kind of get in where we fit in with our diets. And juice is just a really easy way to get it in daily. Consume it by way of juice, and then it can address certain things, especially the foodborne illnesses like high blood pressure, diabetes, even cancer-causing things, digestive issues. I have Crohn's. That's something that juice helps with remedying the symptoms of like inflammation in your belly, having bloating, having being lethargic. There are so many things that come up with that. And also acne. That was something that triggered me. It's not necessarily an illness, but it is to say something is going awry in your body, and so it's showing up in your face or on your skin. So normally when we have acne, it's a result of hyper sugar diets or diets that have a lot of fried foods, things like that, or carbs. So those are things that pop up. And if we're not hydrating, which you can hydrate with juice or water, then or both, then it's going to kind of stay there. So it's really important to try to get your hydration healthy. We all make way and space for the things we want, right? Because we don't think about affordability when we're going to the Gucci store or the Louis store, or when we're even going to Nike on a more accessible level. Nike is pretty much everybody. I got on Nike. Everyone could afford some Nikes at some point in their life. And if we go to the store right now, it's $4 or more for a Snickers. So affordability is relative. We have to just figure out how we are balancing our budgets, because if we're willing to pay $3 for a bag of chips or $4 for a Snickers, which absolutely offers no nutritional value, then why can't we pay $5 to $8 or $10 for a nutritionally dense juice that's going to actually help to fuel your body and fuel your mind? And I always tell people, when you start a cleanse, expect to be challenged in so many ways. Stuff comes up, free food, talking about people want to take you out. It's like things like, you're like, what the hell? Like, you were nowhere around when I was, but now that I'm on a cleanse. And so that's just a way to keep you grounded and keep you focused on why you started what you started. So I do think there's ways to space it out though. So like if you got a cleanse with me and maybe you didn't finish it, freeze it. There are ways to make sure that you don't spoil your purchase, but I don't think that specifically our juice bar that we're priced out of sort. Unfortunately, the produce market is really bad. Like it costs us $60 to get a case of celery, for instance, or $70 sometimes to get a case of ginger. And so you just have to it's all relative. You have to be mindful of what it costs and try to do it yourself. If you are feeling like, I'm spending too much going out and getting these things, do it at home. I'm always telling my customers, that's one less sale for me, but I care more about you feeling better. And so go home and do it yourself. It take a lot of time and maybe take more work, But if you want to save and you have the capacity, that's one way to keep it affordable for yourself. And we're around. We deliver. We offer you pickup locations in the West Loop too if you're not in this area, and that's how I think we're accessible. So yeah. If you probably never juiced before, then I would say you probably want to start with something that's familiar to your palate. So our most popular juice is the Morning Glory. It has orange, apple, strawberry, carrot, beet, lemon, and ginger. So it's a little less on the veggie side, have a little bit more familiar things for most people. Carrots is familiar, orange is familiar. So the color also is very alluring. People love the orange color. So, I think there's so many reasons that drink excites people. And I think start there. Start where you can. Don't feel like I got to go to wheatgrass, because wheatgrass is absolutely gross. And I still drink it, but it's gross. And you got to be able to understand, because you could have a reaction. You could throw up from, having too much too soon. So start where you can, ease it in. And I would say start with maybe a juice a day. Or if that's not in your budget, a juice a week. Just figure out a way to start to try to get it into your diet, because it's really going to help your mental space and your physical space as well. So by way of us just being here, 3% of Black-owned businesses exist in Illinois. That's really sad. And even less than that, of that 3% is a women-owned businesses. So to me, it's important that we inspire the idea of curating fully an idea and not being afraid to stop there. If you have that and you feel like you have the means to make it happen, make it happen. Even if you don't feel like you have the means to make it happen, start where you are. You don't ever have to make it a formal business or nothing, but you could at least start that idea with your friends and family or whatever. So I hope that what we're showing people is that an idea can grow into whatever you want it to, but to be transparent and be honest along the journey, because I think it's a lot of misconceptions about entrepreneurship, and all these entrepreneurs got it together and we just doing it and we got money, and it's actually quite the opposite of the story. Most entrepreneurs are hustling, are struggling, are barely getting by, but they love what they do, so they doing it over and over again. They're kind of picking that journey. So it is a conscious decision every day. I always tell people, we invest in the idea that you're going to care about yourself. We don't know. Every day we're open. We don't know if you're going to be like, nah, I want a donut today. We are like, dish the donut, come have some juice. But we are just banking on you making a good decision. And I think that's probably the thing that makes us different from a lot of other businesses, is that most other businesses are banking on your failure. They're banking on you not making a good decision with your money and going to buy some clothes that you don't need. They're banking on you not caring enough about your body, so they're banking on the convenience of having McDonald's and Wendy's, etc., available for you. So they're banking on your downfall. So I hope that we'll have more people see that we're banking on your upswing. We're banking on you doing better for you. We don't get a benefit out of this for real. The margins are small. This is not something that's like a cash cow. This is we love you. We love the idea of what this could do for you. Let us help you. So that's what I'm hoping that the impact of the community would be, is that we truly transition from our health state to be less prone to all of these diseases and sicknesses that plague our communities and make us violent, really. So we can't talk about violence without talking about health. And that's one of the things that I hope to secretly kind of quietly impact the minds of our youth and the minds of our adults and parents who are stressed out and tired, but somehow could find a way to fight that brain fog by way of a healthier diet, and then hopefully inspire their children to make healthier decisions as well. Start now. If you're having those thoughts, to start getting your friends and family on board with what you're thinking now. I wish that I would have started sooner with just so many things, because I just thought, I'm young, no one listens to me, no one knows. But I think you have more opportunities actually as a youth to start things than even as an adult sometimes, because people are like, you're an adult, why am I supporting, you with these dreams you should have dreamed a long time ago. So not really, but I think that's the overall sentiments of society. So I would say, as a young person, to start now. Don't be afraid to start drawing up things or writing up things or even creating. iPhones you can make a movie with your iPhone. You know, there's so many things that can happen with just your ideas. So just keep that portfolio growing for yourself, and it can change. Don't be afraid to change. Don't feel like you have to stay committed to one thing. I once upon a time thought I was going to be a doctor. I think I'm somehow, somewhat a doctor, but not by way of a licensed doctor. You know, I didn't go to school to be a doctor, but I am caring about the health and wellness of people. And in my right, I'm performing as some type of doctor. But I never thought that this would be that journey. And I never thought that it would be like accepted in my family, because they're like, oh, be something prestigious and do all these things. And it's like, prestige is relative too. I feel I'm doing my best as the full person I am. And that's what I hope for even the young girl that's like looking at all these examples. Be the best version of yourself. Don't compare yourself to all these other things. It's like whatever is in you was planted in you on purpose, and just keep on growing that and allow it to keep building out as it's going to be already, because it's going to be as it's going to be. And then for the adults, I would just say that kind of contrarily, there is still never too late. There's so many people that start their careers at 35 plus. So, you know, you could just never be afraid of change, and never get too complacent or too mommied out, where you don't take the time to like just love yourself and figure out if there's a way to kind of bridge in some of your enjoyments. Because I don't think it's smart to just only pour into your child, because your child one day will grow up to be an adult and they will not be trying to pour back into you that soon. So you just got to figure out what's your happy place, because that they respect that more when you take out the time to care for you too. So I just think maybe balance, and yeah, don't be afraid of change. Balance, see things as opportunities, and just keep growing wherever you can. This has been a really, really, really difficult season for me. We've undergone so many things with the shop. I've undergone so many things personally. I have never been in a place where I have been so unsure in my life. And like literally since I was 15 years old, I always kind of had some type of grind, some type of hustle, some type of focus. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I don't know what is tomorrow. And I'm getting excited about that part, because I've never been this free, in terms of not really like free because I'm like just having a great time, but free in my mental capacity of just like being focused on only one thing. Like I'm like very open right now and vulnerable. And I think that I'm excited about whatever is to come, because I have no idea what that is. And I love surprises. So this is hopefully a good one, not a scary or bad one, but I don't know what my journey's end is. And I'm most excited to get there and be in this peaceful space that I'm in while I'm hoping.